Your progress flatlined on the timeline. Likes felt like reps. They were empty calories. You do not need applause. You need silence so loud it smothers your excuses. This is your winter arc. Go ghost. Lock in. No flex. No updates. No hints. Purpose over pleasure. Your future self won't care who noticed, only who executed. For this next run, you disappear socially and reappear as results. Not a break. A reset. Standards over feelings. Non-negotiables over moods. If it is not aligned, it is out. Do it scared. It gets messy before it gets pretty. Late nights, early alarms, missed parties. People will call you weird. Good. They will ask for your notes later. Stop exposing plans. Stop narrating half-done work. Prove it to yourself. Build in quiet. Pick one daily non-negotiable. 2 focused hours. Phone in another room. When the work compounds, there is no comeback. There is a new you. Stay to the end. The final switch locks the habit. Skip it, and the noise drags you back. Your move. Disappear now. Dominate later. Here's the blueprint you will follow with no detours. First, you go ghost without an announcement. Strip social apps from your home screen. Mute group chats. Keep one emergency contact only, and run a weekly -5% purge on apps, follows, tabs, and commitments so your life gets lighter every 7 days. Choose exactly one daily non-negotiable tied to your purpose. If you miss it, the day resets. No drama. Carve a quiet hour at the same time every day and guard it like rent money. Second, lock in with clean execution. 2 focused hours minimum, using 50 to 10 cycles. Phone exiled to another room. One metric that actually moves your life tracked in plain view. Sales, pages, reps, code shipped. And obey 5 commandments without exceptions. No bragging. No scrolling before deep work, no late sugar, no 0 days, no explanations. Review weekly and decide. Keep, cut, or double down. Third, flip the identity switch. Stop trying and start being a person of standards. Language shifts from I can't to I don't. You do not post progress for 30 days, results only. Decline politely and never explain the same boundary twice. Build a nightly reset ritual. Tidy the desk, plan tomorrow's top outcome, lights out on time, and install the final switch at the end of this script so the habits survive chaos. You know the cycle that buries you. You wake to the phone, scroll before your brain boots, grab micro dopamine, and end with macro regret. 5 minutes becomes 40. Monday promises die by lunch. You talk routines more than you run them. You post momentum to feel momentum and end the day with screenshots instead of progress. Your calendar is full while your life feels empty, busy, not effective. 10 priorities mean 10 unfinished lives. You wait for perfect conditions and forget that energy shows up after you start. You call it burnout, but it's decision fatigue from saying yes to everyone and no to yourself. One hard day wipes a streak and you spiral into all or nothing that always ends in nothing. You train hard for a week, miss 2 days, and ghost your own goals. You set goals too loud for the habits you actually keep. You overconsume how to and underproduce proof. You compare your day 1 to someone else's year 5 and poison your drive. You're afraid of being average, but you act like time is guaranteed. Don't take your heartbeat for granted. Here are the brutal truths that clean the slate. You're not overwhelmed, you're overexposed. Too many inputs, not enough output. Every time you share the plan, you trade execution for applause. That dopamine steals your future. Purpose over pleasure is not decoration. It's a filter. If it doesn't push purpose, it gets 0 time. Motivation is sugar. Schedules are protein. You don't rise to goals, you fall to systems. If it isn't on the calendar, it doesn't exist. If you can't do it ugly, you won't do it consistently. High standards aren't toxic. Vague standards are. Your friends won't save you from your habits. Your standards will. Your phone isn't stronger than you. You trained it more than you trained yourself. Notifications are not emergencies. Every yes to noise is a silent no to deep work. Balance is earned after consistency, not granted before it. Sleep, water, simple meals, and training are multipliers. You can't out-hustle junk inputs. You're not behind. You're spread thin. 10 tabs open, 10 unfinished lives. You negotiate with feelings and label it listening to your body. Discipline doesn't debate. It decides. You don't need a new strategy. You need fewer escapes. Procrastination is fear and comfort's clothes. Choose discomfort on purpose or accept regret by default. No one is coming to clap you into greatness. Build in quiet. Protect your non-negotiables like rent money. The timeline doesn't pay you, results do. And remember the rule, don't tell anyone. Silence forces proof. Now you install the operating system for the next 30 days. Morning, wake at the same hour daily, even weekends. Drink water, take 5 slow breaths, no phone before your first deep work block. Write a 10-minute plan on paper with 1 top outcome and 3 essential actions. Then work 2 focused hours using 50-10 cycles with the phone in another room, distracting sites blocked, and music without lyrics. Track a single metric you cannot fake. Sales closed, pages written, lines of code, study pages, weight moved, so the day can't lie to you. Midday, simple fuel with protein at every meal, water every 90 minutes, caffeine cutoff 8 hours before sleep. Train at least 4 days per week with strength first and a 10-minute conditioning finisher. On non-lifting days, walk 8 to 10,000 steps or do 30 minutes of zone 2. If energy is low, do a microset of push-ups, squats, and rows. Do it scared, it counts. Throughout the day, 2 hours is the baseline, but if life hits you, still deliver 25-minute deep work sprint, your non-negotiable floor. Break work into sprints with a simple rule until the timer ends, I produce. Keep the workspace bare. 1 notebook, 1 pen, 1 glass of water. Run the -5% weekly purge to tighten apps, tabs, follows, and obligations. If it's not aligned, it's out. Evening. Run the reset ritual. Tidy the desk, lay out clothes, prep the single top outcome for tomorrow. Dump loop thoughts onto paper. Devices off 1 hour before bed. Read 10 pages that sharpen you. Lights out on time. The rules holding it all. No bragging, no updates, no hints, no scrolling before deep work, no late sugar, no 0 days, no explanations. If you miss a non-negotiable, the day resets without drama. If you slip, you recover in the next hour, not the next week. Keep a private scoreboard only. Results speak when there's something worth interrupting. Identity is the thermostat, and you always snap back to it. So you rewrite it. You are a person of standards, not a trier, a doer. Language shifts first. I can't becomes I don't. You don't skip deep work. You don't explain your boundaries twice. You don't post progress. You build in quiet. Go ghost isn't a phase. It's home base. When life gets loud, you return to silence, not to social. Standards over feelings. Your schedule becomes sacred. Same wake time, same quiet hour, same reset ritual. Purpose over pleasure becomes a filter living in your calendar. If it advances the mission, it gets time. If it doesn't, it's out. No debate. You stop negotiating with moods and obey rules you wrote in a cold mind. When the urge to scroll hits, you are if, then fires. If I feel the pull, then airplane mode, 20 box breaths, 10 push-ups, back to the page. You are training reflex, not waiting for motivation. Environment becomes identity armor, clear desk, phone exiled, metric visible. You learn to wear boring like a uniform because boring compounds. You stop seeking energy from being seen and pull it from being consistent. You measure self-respect in private reps. You don't chase accountability buddies. You become accountable to your word. Don't take your heartbeat for granted. Protect sleep as step 1, because it is. Your circle tightens. Fewer opinions, more output. People who need constant access don't get it. People who respect your silence keep it. You decline politely and never explain the same boundary twice. You stop explaining excellence to the comfortable. You stop broadcasting standards to buy approval. Silence forces proof, and your results become your PR. You adopt a finisher's bias. Start less, finish more. Pick the smallest viable daily non-negotiable and defend it like rent money. Miss it, and you reset now, not next week. No drama, no identity damage. You're not on a streak. You are the kind of person who shows up regardless. It'll get ugly before it gets beautiful. Messy drafts, awkward reps, lonely nights. But ugly is honest, and honest wins. Prove it to yourself, not the timeline. Here's the payoff you can expect if you actually run this. By day 7, the noise is still loud, but it no longer owns you. Cravings spike and pass. You've cut most pointless inputs. 2 focused hours feel normal. Sleep stabilizes. You wake earlier without the war. People notice you're quieter, some curious, some offended, and you treat that as signal. Purpose over pleasure now lives in your schedule, not your quotes. When it gets hard, you whisper, do it scared. By day 14, the engine is warm. Environment does half the discipline for you. Clear desk, phone exiled, metric in view, stress drops because predictability rises, lifts tick up or your study pace sharpens. You say no without guilt because your standards decide. The urge to post fades and the urge to finish grows. You speak in identity. I don't miss my quiet hour. I don't explain my rules twice. Screens feel heavy and books feel light. You notice pockets of peace you used to scroll through. By day 30, the baseline is upgraded. Deep work begins before debate. The phone is a tool, not a hook. Fewer tabs, more outcomes. Your face looks less wired and more focused. Clothes are laid out the night before. Desk resets itself. You walk like you know where you're going. Projects move from in progress to done. Grades climb, bank account steadies, body recomposes. Compliments land, but you don't break silence to catch them. You nod and keep building. Don't take your heartbeat for granted. Now the final switch. The lock that keeps discipline alive when chaos kicks the door. You run a floor and a kill switch. The floor is the tiniest version you must hit no matter what. 25 minutes of deep work, one strength set or a 10-minute walk, and the full reset ritual before bed. If the day explodes, you still hit the floor. No excuses, because minimums preserve momentum. The kill switch is the instant interrupt when you feel drift. Sip water, take 20 box breaths, flip the phone to airplane and grayscale, set a 25-minute timer, begin before you can negotiate. If you miss a block, you pay a quick tax, cold shower or 10 burpees, and start the next 25. Keep one metric visible. If it's blank by 9 p.m., you execute the floor immediately. No posts, no hints, results only. Do it scared. Your non-negotiables are simple and enforced. Wake at the same time daily. No phone before the first deep work block. 2 focused hours minimum using 50 per 10, 1 metric tracked where you can see it, strength training 4 days per week, plus a 10-minute conditioning finisher, a weekly minus 5% purge of apps, tabs, and obligations, simple meals and water every 90 minutes with a caffeine cutoff 8 hours before sleep, a nightly reset ritual with tidy desk, tomorrow's plan, devices off 1 hour before bed, and lights out on time. 0 progress posts for 30 days, and if you slip, you recover in the next hour, not the next week. Purpose over pleasure. Elevate in silence. Prove it to yourself. Day 1 starts now. Save this protocol, set a 25-minute timer, and begin your first block. Drop ghost when you've executed, then return in 7 days with your metric change. Don't skip the floor. Don't break the silence. Build, don't broadcast. Disappear now. Dominate later.